Assalamu alaikum, galab wanaagsan, magacaygu waa Sam, you're welcome to my Somali diary. This is entry 25, and for those of you who don't know, this is a little series where I just learn some Somali and I share it with you every single day, Monday to Friday. However, in this video, we are still going to do some Somali language, but it's not necessarily stuff that I've learnt as such. It's more just kind of a celebration and an announcement of that we've released a merch of Somali, a line of Somali language apparel and merchandise. So why have I done this? So I wanted to do it because I just like encouraging more conversations about the Somali language. That's it really. And obviously the proceeds that come from it obviously really have to build this channel, because I've said many times on this channel before, although we bring all of this information to you guys for free, and nearly 2 million people have consumed our Somali language resources, it's not by any means free to make. Like, the equipment's incredibly expensive, space to hire is incredibly expensive, and also just my time away from my wife and kids as well, obviously. But yeah, so it really helps to to support that kind of stuff, inshallah. So let's talk about what's actually on them, right? Because we have two that are in English, and then we have two that are in Somali as well. So let's talk about them, inshallah. So the ones that are in Somali, let's run through those first. So the first shirt that we have, the first design is Haddi ad baratid af Somali wad fahmaysa. And for those of you who do wad fahmaysa, then you guys get it, because Haddi ad baratid is saying if you learn, yeah, Haddi ad baratid, if you learn af Somali, if you learn Somali wad fahmaysa, then you understand. And it's kind of a self-proving design, isn't it? Because if you know Somali, then you'll understand, right? So what about the next one? So the next one is a very similar kind of concept. It kind of helps to kind of build a community of people who do wad fahmaysa, who do understand, right? So the next one is afka hoyo, right? Afka hoyo. The term afka hoyo is a term for like the mother language, right? The language of the motherland. People do say af hoyo. Afkahoyo, they're the same thing really. Just the expression is just most commonly afkahoyo, right? But afhoyo, people still understand you. It's still like the mother language or a mother tongue, right? Like if you typed it in Google Translate, it would still say mother tongue, right? So afkahoyo. So we have afkahoyo, and then afterwards we have a question, right? We have ma. Okay, ma is a way. This is kind of a shortened version of miad. Right, like when you're asking yes or no questions, usually you say miad, but you can get away with saying ma, right? It kind of makes it just short and more punchy when you say ma. So ma'akhrin. Akhrin is, we call it the infinitive, I think, of the verb, where you say akhrin karta. It's like saying, can you do something, right? If you ever say like the infinitive of a word and then karta, it's are you able to do something. If I said ma kuhadli, like the hadli is the infinitive. Kuhadli karta, it means like, can you speak? If I said afkahoyo ma kuhadli karta, it would be like, can you speak the afkahoyo? Can you speak the mother language? Or if I said something like masamain kara. Samain is the infinitive of the verb samay, right? To do something. I remember recently I was watching my nieces and nephews who are Somalis, watching TV, and then like one of the characters did this cool like triple backflip off of a big truck or a burning building or something, and it was like, "Wan samain kara." He said, "Wan samain kara." He's like, I could do that. He said, I could do that. Wan samain kara, and so that's what we're saying on the show, right? We're saying ma'akhrin, right? What is akhrin? It's to read, right? So can you read? Can you read the afkahoyo? Can you read the mother language? It would read just as fine if it was ma'akhriyi. I've heard ma'akhriyi karta. I've heard that before, and I've even heard ma'akhri karta. I don't think akhri karta is as good, but I have heard it before. Akhrin and akhri are both fine though. The grammar books I've read have only supported akhrin, but that's quite boring. Use any of them. It's all Somali, and it all works. So what are the last two? Okay, even though these two aren't in Somali, they may be my favourites actually. So let's look at one first. That's basically my to-do list every day on a shirt. It's sleep, eat, learn Somali, repeat. Right, so this one just kind of wants to build a bit more of a culture around people actually consciously studying Somali, right? People taking more time out of their life to actually study the Somali language. And And I guess in kind of these community languages, or to use a term that I don't like, but for lack of a better term, these sort of back home languages, people assume that they're not really to be studied. They're sort of just to be used with your mum at home. But we should try to kind of encourage a better culture of actually studying them, or else they die. Do you know what I mean? And really, I'm very selfish in wanting to encourage this because I want my kids to know Somali. Do you know what I mean? And if there isn't like a conscious effort to study it, their Somali probably won't be that good. And that's a sad reality, right? So it's just a nice design hoodie, nice jumper that we can wear, and we get to show people what Sam's everyday to-do list is on a shirt. Last one is one that you probably want to wear to the gym. It's just Af Somali, a language for the strong. Not based on anything, just I think it looks good, I think it sounds good, and also I think you do need to be pretty strong to learn Somali, right? To hold on to a language from back home, or even a language that's not even yours, right? Like if you're a non-Somali like myself who's gone out of your way to learn the Somali language, like I think you do need to be pretty strong, right? Because languages are hard. And Somali especially is very hard. And lots of people kind of say to me that Somali is just as easy as like European languages, like, Spanish, Italian, French. It's not. Right, like when you think about some of the things that make languages the most challenging, Somali has all of them, right? Like you think about the things that make Chinese really challenging, like being tonal. Somali has tones, right? You think about things that make Arabic really hard or Russian really hard, like cases. Somali has cases. You think about what makes German hard or Hebrew hard or whatever, and it's like guttural pronunciation. Somali has that pronunciation too. So it's like, it's like a big Venn diagram of all of the hard things from all the languages all exist in Somali, right? So it is a language for the strong. So you can get hold of all of these. I'm going to give you guys a discount, actually. I'll give you guys 15% discount. I'll create a coupon code for you guys. I'll put it under here. I haven't created the coupon code yet, but I'll create it and we'll maybe let it last for the next week, inshallah. We'll have a 1 week kind of launch of this Somali language merch, and you guys can have a big old discount, inshallah, just to say thank you very much for being part of it. Patrons, those of you who are patrons of the channel, you can have that discount forever. But those of you who are just normal peasant subscribers, freeloader subscribers, you only get it for the next 5 days or a week or whatever. But we'll do 7 days. Okay, 7 days. That's final. 7 days, 15% off. So go and enjoy that, inshallah. And you guys have an absolutely amazing weekend. And I'll see you on Monday for episode 26 of my Somali diary. Assalamu alaikum.